Hi and welcome back to my channel. I am excited to have you here. How are you? If you're in Saskatoon, I hope the cold is not too much for you. This is really cold. Please keep warm wherever you are. Thank you so much for coming back and joining my video today. I'm going to be doing a continuation of the Proverbs 31 women. And if you're coming here for the first time, this is Bami. Wonderful stuff happening on this channel, and I'm excited to have you on board. So let's jump into today's video. So today we're going to be digging further into Proverbs 31 verses 13 to 16, and this is a section of the Proverbs 31 that I call the Industrious woman. How a Proverbs 31 woman can relate to us in this day and age. Proverbs 31 verses 13. She seeks wool and flax and willingly works with her hands. She is like the merchant ship. She brings her food from afar. She also rises while it is yet night and provides food for her household and a portion for her maidservant. She considers a field and buys it. From her profits she plants a vineyard. This is Proverbs 31 from verses 13 to 16. So she seeks wool and flax. We're going to be taking it section by section from these three verses. Using wonderful poetic images, King Lemuel, who is the writer of this chapter, his mother described not the resume of a godly woman, but a lifelike example of a busy, hardworking, and creative character of the virtuous wife. More like what a virtuous woman does in her entire life, rather than what she does in a week. People who are just a stay-at-home mom, taking care of future leaders and training their children. It doesn't mean that because they're doing that they're not virtuous, because they're not bringing in money from outside into the house. It just means that we all have different capacity as to which we can be virtuous women. So a woman who felt burdened to complete each of these tasks in a day, in a week, or even in a month would be exhausted and probably discouraged. We are not encouraged to do this and try to strive at everything the Proverbs 31 woman does in a month. It's your lifestyle. It's your entire, it's like a memoir of who you've been, who you are, what you're doing. The character poetically described can be evident in a wise and godly woman's life in its own unique way. No woman's work is less than the other. If you're staying at home at this period, if you're just in school at this period, your work is not less than someone who is working 9 to 5, or who has a business, or who has kids. So when you're managing a home, you're juggling 1,001 things together. You're managing your family, you're managing your children, you're taking care of their schoolwork, you're taking care of their lunches, dinner, breakfast, and your husband as well. You're remembering all their activities, all their birthdays, you're celebrating everything for them while you're trying to progress in your career, trying to progress in your business, trying to develop yourself personally, trying to manage your finances. I mean, what I've just mentioned now is up to 10 tasks, and that is just a tip of the iceberg of what a woman does. So a virtuous woman is someone who can bring all of this together in a nice way, thinking that she's having a service to herself, to her family, to her children, to the community. The virtuous woman knows how to seek and find things that are necessary resources for our family and our home. She just doesn't pick out any kind of food. She just doesn't pick out any kind of clothing. She doesn't just wait around and let everything fall on her laps. She seeks them out. She looks at ingredients of the things that she's cooking and feeding her family. Virtuous woman is not an haughty or a proud woman. She works with her hands. So if you're prudent, even if you're a stay-at-home mom but you have an online business that you're able to do, or you have a skill that you're able to teach online, there are a lot of opportunities now out there that you can do online to make an extra money to support your family. What set the virtuous woman apart is that she willingly works. No one is forcing her to work. The society is not forcing her to work. All her labor is a cheerful service. Her will, her heart is in it. She doesn't do them grudgingly. I'm sure that her husband is not a poor man either. She is not working just because the husband is not able to work. She's working because she wants to provide that extra for for our family. She wants to go the extra mile to make sure that our family gets everything that they need. The other one says she's like the merchant ship. She brings our food from afar. The virtuous woman provides food for our family and home. She gets up while it is yet night and provides food for our family and for our maid servant. She is kind enough to provide food for our maid servant. As part of this verses says she considers a feed and buys it. So she's a real estate investor. So people that say women should not invest or women should not have investment or assets, that is not true. The virtuous woman considered a field and buys it. And I'm sure, of course, this is with the approval of the husband, because at the end of this chapter, the husband calls her blessed and her children calls her blessed. So if her husband was not in support of her buying that land, he would not have called her blessed. He would have probably called her rebellious. But her husband supports her industrious character, industrious doings, that she's able to do all of this with ease. She was able to buy the land. She was able to invest in real estate. She was able to nurture the land that it yields food for our family, and she's able to sell even out of it. The virtuous woman is forward thinking, combining her creativity with hard work. She works really hard. And this is not to mention that you have to rest when you're working hard. So working hard without being wise is not the best thing to do. When you're working hard, make sure you create time to rest. You're being counterproductive if you're working too much and you're not resting. Reflect about it even as you go this week. What else can you do? What else can you achieve? How far can you go? If you have not watched the first part of this episode, definitely go back and watch that so you can understand where we're coming from and what the intention of the writer of Proverbs 31 is. Until next time, go out there and be what God wants you to be.